to Mindfulness with Laura. During today's session, we're going to use our body and all its different parts to anchor us into the present, allowing us to drop out of the noisy, busy, thinking mind and into the quiet mind, shifting our focus from stresses to a deeper and calmer rhythm. And with practice, we can use this method to gain clarity and control whenever we feel overwhelmed, stressed or anxious. Ideally, we want to be in a seated position, so you can sit upright in a chair with a relaxed, nothing too stiff in the posture, or you can be seated on a yoga mat in an easy cross-legged pose, lotus or half lotus. You may want to use a couple of cushions, pillows or a bolster just to elevate your hips, to stop us getting any tension around the hips, and it keeps the blood supply moving to our legs. If you feel that you're not going to be comfortable in a seated position, you can lay down, but it's really important that we maintain an awareness to our attention, even although we're relaxed. And feel free, if you prefer, you can close your eyes, or you can maintain a soft downward gaze. So let's just start by lengthening through the spine and just drawing the shoulders up, back and down and in towards the spine. The arms are relaxed and the hands can be resting in your legs or just in your lap, whatever feels comfortable. And the first thing we're going to do to start off the practice is to focus on the breath. So we're going to start with extending and slowing the breath. Inhaling through the nose, a long deep breath, and then exhaling through the nose, or if you prefer, just exhale through the mouth. So let's take the next couple of moments for a few cycles of breath, focusing on the breath coming in, the lower part of the lungs, the middle, and then the upper, filling the whole of the lungs. And as we exhale through the lower, middle, and upper part of the lungs. And now as we take a full, complete breath, just start to come into your own natural rhythm. Nothing is forced. And after the next deep breath, we're going to focus on our feet. So let's bring our attention to our feet, starting with the toes. And be aware whether we're holding tension in the toes, maybe clenching the toes, possibly causing a cramping into the sole of the feet. And just allow the next exhale breath to release any tension from the feet. And now from the feet moving up into the ankles. Through the shins and the calf muscles, and up into the knees. And just be aware we're sitting on the yoga mat, we're holding our knees up. And then on the next exhale breath, just allow the knees to drop down and relax, maybe opening up the hips a little more. And focus again on the knees, into the kneecap, into the back of the knee. And just allow space to come into that area. And again, just being aware if there are any sensations there in the knees. And now as we come up into the thighs, front of the thigh and the back of the thigh, big muscles, and into the inner thigh and the groin. Any sensations? And if at any point you find your mind just wandering off into thoughts, just gently guide it back, either to the breath or to the body part that we're focusing on. And start to bring your attention to the weight of your body around the sit bones, the bum muscles, and into the hips. Just bringing our attention and focus to that area. And be aware of any sensations there. Maybe moving up into the lower back. And if at any point you feel that you need to make an adjustment, then just allow a little bit of space from the sensation and then to the action of adjustment. And moving from the lower back into the front of the body. Just become aware of the rise and fall and the gentle swelling of the belly as we breathe in. And then as the rib cage expands with the inhale breath, feel how it opens up the whole of the rib cage, front, sides and back. Draw your attention to how the spaces between the ribs expand. And then how the ribs contract as we breathe out. And just notice how this makes you feel. Then coming up and into the chest. As the chest expands and maybe elevates a little. Take the next few cycles of breath just to focus on the expansion and the contraction in the chest area. And again, if you feel yourself being distracted by your thoughts, it's okay, it's normal. It's the act of bringing our attention back to the area that we're focusing on that matters. It's natural that the mind will wander off. But what's important is the act of bringing it back again. now we get a sense of the shoulders and whether or not there's any residual tension in the shoulders. Maybe a shortening of the neck as the shoulders drift up towards the ears. On the next exhale breath, just allow the shoulders to settle down. And it's as if your shoulder blades are just sliding down your back. And again, just become aware of how that feels. And from the shoulders, down through the arms, the upper arms and the elbows, the forearms and the wrists, now into the hands and the fingers and the thumbs. Just drawing our attention now to how the hands feel. The fingers are relaxed and the palms feel open. We might be aware of a change of sensation in the palm of the hand, or maybe just nothing at all. It really doesn't matter what we feel. It's just about the act of bringing awareness. And drawing our attention now back up through the arms, back into the shoulders and across into the collarbone. Still feeling the length into the neck as the shoulders drop down and back. And now becoming aware of the jaw and whether or not we're clenching our teeth and bringing tension into that area. And now just separate the teeth if you need to and allow the jaw to become more relaxed. And maybe bring now your awareness into the inside of the mouth. And where the tongue sits and rests in the mouth, which surfaces it's touching. And coming up into the cheeks. We're holding any tension in the face. The eyes closed, or just maintaining that soft downward gaze. And start to bring now your attention up and into the forehead. Allow some space between the eyebrows. And try and focus on the space behind the forehead. And again, notice how that makes us feel, or whether we feel any tension in that area. And just try and allow that tension to ease with the next exhale breath. And to complete our practice, we're going to bring our awareness now to the whole of the body and the waves of breath. Just 2 or 3 cycles of breath to encompass the whole of the body in our awareness. And then start to think about opening the eyes if they were closed, or just gently lifting your gaze. Become aware of any background noise, and then bring some small movement back, starting with maybe the hands and feet, the wrists and the ankles, or maybe just gently taking the head from side to side. Some deeper breaths, maybe a roll through the shoulders, and maybe even a stretch up with the arms. But noticing how the movement feels now. And practicing the body scan brings total awareness, and observing our bodies brings us in tune with its needs. If we allow ourselves a little bit of time in the day, then we bring calm and clarity into our everyday lives. Thank you for your practice. I hope you have a lovely day.